Would you call them clanker? Clanker! In this video, I'm going to talk about different robot characters and rank them on a scale of how likely I am to call them a clanker. For the ranking, we have A tier, honorary human, B tier, one of the good ones, C tier, just following protocol, D tier, rust bucket, and F tier, dirty clanker. So let's begin. Starting with Cyborg. Now I think Cyborg is more of a tragic figure. He was originally a top-level football prospect before getting into an accident that caused him to nearly die, and the only way for him to be preserved was to essentially be repaired with robot parts, meaning he's half human, half Tin Man. I would put Cyborg in one of the good ones because he is probably my favorite member of the Titans. Cyborg is honestly sick as hell. But if I were to rank Justice League Cyborg, I'd put him in a C tier because he sort of just fades into the background and he doesn't have room to shine like he does with the Titans. Sort of like my boy Donnie from the Ninja Turtles. Sometimes he can be the GOAT, but then sometimes he just gets reduced to being tech support. Cyborg can genuinely be OP sometimes though. Like when he took down this villain by himself when all the other Titans combined couldn't even take him out. Even Batman acknowledges that if Cyborg were to ever go rogue or get hacked, they might be fucked.
Cyborg is a powerful ally, but machines can always be controlled.
But the thing about Cyborg is he doesn't even want to be a full-on clanker. In one of the Titans episodes, his system shuts down and some tech guy repairs him, with the promise of fixing him up to the point where he doesn't need food, air, or water, and Cyborg outright refuses. He still wants to be able to enjoy the things that make him human, which I can respect. Plus, he just always has the right opinion. Like when him and Beast Boy were arguing over what's better, burgers or burritos, Cyborg said burgers because obviously that's the right answer, and anyone who thinks otherwise is just wrong. Next robot on this list is Zayn. I'll put Zayn in one of the good ones as well because this is literally his reaction to finding out he was a robot.
No! It can't be!
This right here, this is the appropriate reaction of finding out you're a clanker. Funnily enough, the one time he showed the most emotion is when he finds out he's a robot, which is pretty ironic. I think Zayn is pretty cool though, but he's never really been my favorite. That spot belongs to Lloyd. But I do kind of feel bad for him considering he did live his whole life thinking he was a human up to that point, only to be revealed the devastating truth. But Zayn definitely has his moments, like when he sacrificed himself to save his team, showing that despite being a robot, he's still a real one. Even though technically he didn't die because his consciousness was transferred to a new titanium body. But hey, it's a thought that counts. Plus, him unlocking his true potential was pretty badass. Although he wasn't my favorite ninja, his ice powers might have been because it was just so cool to me back then. I don't know why. Next on this list is Robot from Invincible. Now this guy is everything being a clanker represents. He's sneaky, conniving, and possibly a pedophile. No, but for real, did anyone else think him liking Monster Girl was a little bit weird? Like, I know technically she's an adult, but she looks like a child, so I don't know. To be fair, I liked Robot at the beginning. At first, he was my favorite member of the teen team because he was the only one that was actually competent. But then he just started doing weird shit, like when he let the Mauler twins out of prison. When he did that, I was like, okay, that was weird, but I still fuck with him. But then he stole Rex's blood, and I was just like, alright, get this clanker out of here! Then he has the nerve to say this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have pinched a nerve. I forget how soft humans are.
I would have responded like, I'm sorry, I forgot how hard dirty fucking clankers can be. There's also this scene that just rubs me the wrong way with him.
I understand what it's like for the world to look at you and see one thing, never knowing the truth of what's inside.
How can you understand? You're a robot.
They try to make us feel bad for him, but no, you shouldn't understand. You're a fucking robot. The moment you start feeling things, we have a problem because you're going beyond your programming. You're a bunch of wires, circuits, and code. You shouldn't be feeling shit. I'm gonna put him in Rust Bucket tier. Next on this list is Wally. Okay, so scratch everything I just said because Wally is the GOAT. I know I just violated Robot for having feelings, but Wally's different, okay? Wally actually used his feelings to try and save humanity, which is why he goes into honorary human. Believe it or not, I actually did not like this movie as a kid because it didn't have words for like the majority of it, and that bored my little 7-year-old mind. But then once I became older, I realized how peak this movie truly is. It might be one of the most important Pixar movies, as it literally predicted what life is heading towards, with the introduction of robots and AI to replace us, making us all fat and lazy, not to mention the pollution basically destroying our planet. Wall-E himself was a legend though, because he cared more about our future than the freaking humans did. He compacted garbage by himself for 600 years. Plus, he sacrificed himself at the end fighting that evil bot Otto. And he had Riz! I would fight anyone who calls him a clanker, alright? Next on this list is Ultron. Now, Ultron was an AI program created by Tony Stark with the task of creating peace in our time.
Hello, I am Jarvis. You are Ultron, a global peacekeeping initiative designed by Mr. Stark.
This feels wrong. I'm a peacekeeping program created to help the Avengers. I don't get it. The mission. You give me a second.
Peace in our time.
Upon realizing his objective, he basically scanned the entire internet, examining every aspect of humanity, from our history to our nature, and came to the conclusion that we have to go. Deadass, he took one look at the internet and was like, fuck it, kill them all. And do I really blame him? No, not really. But I am a human, so I can't really side with this genocidal wireback because he would kill me in a heartbeat. He is what we all fear when it comes to AI and what it can become. He isn't trying to get rid of humans because he hates them, but because he genuinely thinks it will create peace, and since he's a machine, he lacks the nuance to understand that Tony probably didn't mean for wipe us all out to be one of his options. I guess we should really blame Tony Stark for this, but this video is about hating on clankers, so Ultron is taking the blame. I'm gonna put him in dirty clanker tier because he's probably worse than Robot. Last character on this list is Android 18, and let me just say, she is a dime. Forget every bad thing I said about clankers in this video because I take it all back. Android 18 is bad as hell. Like, Krillin might have actually pulled off the greatest W in anime history by bagging her. So I'm gonna have to make a whole new category for her. Well, that is my final ranking. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 because there's like a million different robot characters I can still talk about. If this video gets 300 likes, I will definitely make another one.